Hello YouTube, this is Shirley426 and today we have the review of something very special. Today is the review of the 5-2 Toys Beast Drive series. Now, the Beast Drive series has been something that 5-2 Toys has been teasing a lot, promoting a lot, but now has recently, a few weeks ago, it has now been officially released, and I absolutely love this product. So basically, 5-2 Toys is the same company that's been making these products, the Beast Box line, where the mechanical animal or dinosaur or insect mechs that can transform into 5cm cubes. This is from the same exact company as well. Now, before I start the review, this one has an interesting background story regarding this. So originally, this was not an original design from 5-2 Toys, if I understood it correctly. According to their friend, basically there was another a designer, individual designer, who actually would make his own unique design figures, and these used to be one of them. That person, I believe, is also a team that would 3D print the parts and sell them in a very small quantity as well. And I believe these were much more smaller for the original. But later, the 5-2 Toys got in touch with the designer of the original design, and they decided to work together and finally released a mass production product which is much more larger than the original, and I think it worked out very well. So here we have the box. I would like to mention this is a semi-model kit, where what I mean is that there is a car frame here. The main car frame that transforms into the Dynamech it's already been pre-built. Built already finished frame is including the box, and what you're supposed to do is you're supposed to build the outer parts here. So it's not exactly like a full-fledged kit like Gunpla, but there are some assembly required as well. So I wanted to mention that. Absolutely lovely box design. And then here we have this, and you might be wondering what this brown box is. For those who have pre-ordered, should be receiving at some point, if you pre-ordered this at very early, depending on your seller, they should also send you this. This is a bonus part. So if you open this bonus part, this is not exactly the full-fledged kit here. This is only the outer parts. So they would give you a bonus clear parts for the outer parts. So if you are interested in seeing the clear parts, I will make a video about it as a YouTube Shorts to give you guys an idea what this is. All right, so now let's get on to the review. So let's see what we got. So a lot of people were also interested in this product. I myself was very interested in this product. Let's see how it turned out. So let me just kind of refocus that. For some reason my camera, there we go. So here we have the card mode as well. So in terms of components, other than the parts that you need to build, is that number one, you get the instruction manual to build and transform the unit. Nothing too special there. But at the back of the manual, I would like to show you guys that this is not going to be the only product they're working on. So here we have the first one, Wheel Raptor. Here we have Righteous Guard, which once again, these three are going to be having the same frame as far as I understood them, but the different outer parts. And then third one is Naughty Sar. Now the thing is that I've seen, according to the 5-2 Toys page, or the designers, they actually posted a picture of this guy. Now it is yellow here, but the picture I saw was in purple, so it could be a prototype stage, or this color has nothing to do with it, since Wheel Raptor is white, but it's showing blue here. So yeah, I'm actually very excited to get these two as well. And just to give you guys an idea, they also released a shark version, which basically it's a jet that transforms into a shark. I've also pre-ordered that, and I have received it. So next week I'm going to be reviewing that as well. So other than that, what you're supposed to be getting is this. So you might have noticed the product on the box was much more colorful. That's because they give you water slides here. Now, I'm not the biggest fan of water slides. I'm still struggling with water slides, believe it or not. So, and these are being a much more smaller, kit. This is going to be much more trickier for me to apply. But just wanted to mention that they do give you water slides as well. But the good thing is that since this is mostly white, you can color it in your own style if you want to do so. Other than that, you get a old school, a typical 5-2 Toys catalog for the Beast Box line. So yeah, so let's see what we got. So I'm pretty sure some of you guys are slightly concerned about the size now, because as I mentioned before, or for those who know the history of this product, this is supposed to be a pretty small. Originally, it was a very small product. I seen images and it was extremely small, so a lot of people were kind of confused as well. So here we have this. Here is next to a 1/64 scale Hot Wheels. The Lancia Rally 37 car from the Team Transport line. So Hot Wheels cars are normally 1/64 scale, so you can kind of see the size overall. You could say this is roughly about 2.5 times larger in terms of volume as well. So yeah, just to give you guys an idea, and here is next to two Dino type Beast Box. So here we have the 5-2 Toys Beast Box Dio, the original mascot here. Now it is a little bit awkward to compare size in this form, just wanted to point that out. And here is Dio 2.0, his evolved form basically in a cube form. So you can see size wise, it's not exactly too small or too big, but once again, I would like to also mention, like 5-2 Toys, they're also working on their next Beast Drive lines, which I've seen is basically a squirrel and a bunny that could transform into a jet, if I remember correctly. Alright, so before we go on to the transformed version, now the transformation is very simple, also I'm not going to be going over that. So the wheels actually roll. The wheels actually roll around here, so you can actually make him run if you want to do so. So that's up to you. And another part is small bonus is that you can actually open the cockpit here, if I can actually get to, there we go. You can open this section up and it reveals a small dinosaur, figure. It's a small dino driver. So yeah, it also has the head articulation going on here as well. So I say that was a pretty good touch going on here. So pretty cool. And other than that, we have these clear pieces. Well, these parts you can pretty much take them off as well. And the kit, this kit also has like all these ports here. So if you want to modify it with your other pieces, I think that can work as well. Alright, so I think that's pretty much it for the basics for this look. But other than that, other than the white pieces, the blue parts here are clear pieces right over here. The inner parts, the darker blue parts, these were all pre-built. Alright, so I'll be right back with the transformed version and let's see what we got. Okay, I'm back. So here we have the transformed version. I also transformed Beast Box Dio 1.0 and 2.0 as well to give you guys a small size comparison as well. And here is the same Hot Wheels car I just mentioned, so you can definitely tell now. Yeah, it became much more bigger and taller, of course, because it's in a more dino mech mode as well. So compared to the Beast Box 1.0, it's obviously got much more longer and larger as well. So definitely, I think that's pretty obvious. Compared to Beast Box Dio 2.0, you can see, while this is much more thinner, this guy has much more chunk into it. So yeah, but still, I would say it's pretty much a different category at this point as well. Alright, so here we have the Dino mode. I absolutely love the overall design here, and despite without using any water slide decals, it looks absolutely cool. I mean, I could just, I'm actually very satisfied with just the color scheme overall going right over here. So yeah, and I was really amazed by how the articulation is on the base inner frame here. So let's talk from this top to the bottom in here. So let's start with the head. The head, once again, I believe you have to actually assemble some parts on the inside and this white part as well. Originally, you could only see the mouth on the inside as well. So the eyes are clear blue piece inside, and they did a pretty good job if you ask me as well. And the mouth can go open a lot. That's a pretty good mouth opening. The reason why I keep opening about the mouth opening gimmick, if you see my Beast Box review of Torado, a lot of people were very excited for that. The only part the downside for that product was the mouth that couldn't really open them much without any modification. So yeah. It works pretty well. The head is also very articulate. So we have a ball joint here on the main that's connected to the main body, and then the head itself is on a joint, another joint. So you can go, there we go. You can go down that much and then go upwards. Pretty well done as well. That's actually a lot, but this is also mostly for the due to the transformation gimmick as well. Alright, so one thing I'm just slightly, I'm just going to take this clear piece off just for the sake of convenience as well. Now, you might have noticed that there's not many weapons here. You don't really see any blasters. So at that point, if you want to modify this, I think there's a lot of opportunities to do that. So the arms, once again, main connection here is a ball joint, so you moving it around should be no problem. Although going 360 might be tricky because there's no, open section here, so that's going to be slightly tricky to do so. But still, it's enough for what it is. And then we have another joint here, this mid joint, so that can go forward about 90 degrees bend, and then backwards, not going to be possible. And then we have the claws. Now the claw seems a little bit long, but once again, this could be a very specific type of dinosaur, so who knows. Once again, it can go downwards and upwards a little bit. So yeah, just enough for what it's supposed to be as well. And once again, for the Dino Pilot, I believe you should be still able to access it from here. Yeah, you can still open this section up and reveal the Dino Pilot if you want to do so. The transformation was much more I would say it was much more easier than Beast Box Dio 2.0 for me. Now this guy actually can do it without you looking at the manual, but once again, it took me a while to memorize this, but this one I actually just memorized pretty quickly, so just wanted to point that out. So, okay, so the main body, nothing too special going on here as well. So, I believe you do have a semi-body joint right over here that can go up and down if you want to do so. In the main middle, there's not much that can move other than the transformation gimmicks. And then the tail can go down pretty well. You can see it's a double joint here, so it can go down, upwards, as far as this can go, about 90 degrees to the upwards. And then that's not all. You can move the tail side by side or left and right. That's actually a very good gimmick. And as you can see, that's not it. That's the first articulation here. And you can also have another mid bend point right over here. Although I don't think this mid bend point can go side to side. That's a limitation. But the end tip here can also move side to side. That is absolutely fun to play with. And also this end tip here is a clear blue piece. All right, and then now we have the legs here. Now the legs were very tricky to first deal with, but when you first get this, some joints or parts can be extremely stiff. So just be aware what part moves so that you can actually loosen it up a little bit more easily. So number one, the main legs here, you can all go forward and backward, almost 360 like that if you avoid this part. And then you can see you can actually extend the legs outwards. You can see there's a point that actually comes out here. So that's actually very well done if you ask me. You can just tell I'm having a very good time here. And now the mid bend point now, because of this being like Raptor legs, it's going to be a little bit different from like straight leg that we see in most mechs. So here we have the first bend point right over here as well. So that's, oh, sorry about that. So you can go forward and backward like that. And then we have another joint here. So yeah, this is the joint there. So you have another mid bend point here. So two joints right here. So you can position the legs to be more of a Raptor like going on here. And then let's see if I remember correctly. Yeah, so the feet itself, I believe you also have another feet articulation right over here that can go up and down like that. And now what I wasn't expecting was a pivot joint. Now originally mine was extremely stiff to the point where I thought there was no pivot point, but I was actually looking through this and there was something that looked like a joint here. It was extremely stiff, so I had to loosen up and was using various ways. But now this thing has a pivot point. That is absolutely fantastic. This one is a little bit more stiffer, but yeah, I was able to loosen it up a bit more. So yeah, you can actually do a wide spread if you wanted to do so with the extended joints here. So I say this is extremely articulated, like way better than the more recent like Beast Box lines as well. Of course, the dog was very well done, just mentioning. So you can, if you want to do like a split or a yoga pose, I think this might be possible with this guy. And that is pretty much it. So once again, this was actually absolutely fun. I think now the price was a little bit stronger than a typical Beast Box product, but I think as long as I have the money, like the spare money to spend on this, I think I might actually get more of these if you want. The upcoming other Dino Mechs and the Shark series as well, because the Shark one, the first one they're going to release one is a blue one, and I think they're working on a black one if I remember correctly. So yeah, this was extremely fun to play with, and once again, there are just so many modifications or customization like opportunities here. So if you want to like go all out and like slap on some like Zoid weapons or Gunpla weapons, I think you can possibly do that if you want to do so. Anyway, thanks for watching the review. This was the review of the 5-2 Toys Beast Drive Wheel Raptor. Once again, they recently released, so you should be able to find like pre-orders or just orders from certain places. I believe AliExpress, I think they mentioned before, and 5-2 Toys is really working on to sell on Amazon as well. So if you can, do get your chance, because these things usually don't get reissued as well. Anyway, hopefully my review was helpful. If you guys got any questions or requests, in comment below. I still have more stuff to buy and build and make reviews out, so please stay tuned. Until then, see you guys next time.